Good morning, friends of the internet. We are back again here in the Farming Sim 15. We are kind of in a pinch right now. I didn't want to have to spend an episode or a partial episode doing this, but you know, it's got to be done. We've got ourselves a demand for silage, so we got to take the opportunity to get what we can out of this. So for every every 2 buckets, we're actually getting paid for 3 buckets. So it's huge. So let me zoom out here a little bit. There we go. Felt like I was zoomed in a little too far there. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of cash here really quick. It won't take too long to do this. We're just going to cycle through this really fast. Like I said, we're getting 15,000 a scoop, which is huge. This is great for us and our bankroll. And as you can see, it's scooping up quite a bit because there's not a lot. We just kind of did this just in case this happened. This is just going to take us a minute to kind of scoop this whole bin out and be done with it. It's not like we're going to be spending a whole episode doing this, but, you know, when there's a demand, you got to supply it, baby. That's what we do as farmers, supply and demand. That's how these commodities work. When they say they need corn, we give them corn. When they say they need wheat, we give them wheat. Today, they are asking for silage, so that's what we're gonna deliver on a nice silver platter for them. So let's go ahead and focus. Focus. There we go. Perfect. All right. You think my skills would be better at scooping all this? I spent a whole 2 hours just scooping silage the other day. And what was funny was I was off camera doing it, but I was in a party with some friends online. And I was sitting there and I was BSing with everybody as I was like cycling through all my silage here. And I was talking and rambling away and I was just kind of in a zone. You know how you start doing something repetitive, like at work or something, you can just kind of talk and just do it. And then when you're done, you're like, wait, did I just finish all those? You like, because you wasn't really that aware of what was going on in the situation. Well, that's kind of what was happening to me. I was just kind of like scooping silage and I was BSing with friends and just hanging out and doing stuff. And then all of a sudden, I was done and I got ready and I was still talking at the same time that I was like, getting ready to quit the game because I was done with all my off-camera work. And as I was talking, I went to end and I wasn't really paying much attention. And I almost closed the game without saving the last 2 hours of work that I had done off camera. I was so like there for a moment. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Wait, why ain't this scooping? Come on, work with me. There we go. Things are feeling a little glitchy right now. I don't know why. But yeah, so I was kind of like worried. I was like, oh my God, I told everybody in the party, I said, man, I almost like quit that game and didn't save none of that work. If I would have had to like scoop silage for another 2 more hours, I would have been so upset because I've done that before. I've done it on my regular world where I've just been like playing casually and I've been like, okay, I'm done. And I closed game, save. No, I closed it and went, oh my God, I had been playing for like 4 hours and I just closed that game and did not save it. I was like, oh my God. That's something to be said about autosave, that's for certain. But yeah, so we'll go ahead, we'll cycle this silage through there. You can see we've already bumped up our profits like quite a bit, you know. Just a few scoops. That's why I said it's good to have that little excess kind of like hanging around just in case. We're going to be kind of in a little bit of a pickle right here in a pinch between, we're starting to deal with all these cattle. Okay. As you remember last episode, we're starting to get everything lined up for cattle, but we actually got to fill up the little silo that's over by the, by the cattle. We got to fill it up with some chaff so it'll make silage. And the problem that we face is that, well, I hope that sounds. I got a semi truck outside my house and my window's open. I hope it's not too loud. Can you hear that rumble? Hear the rumble in the jungle? Hear it? Hold on, listen. Nope, can't hear it. You'll hear it. Trust me. You'll hear this big rumble. Rumble in the jungle. Wait for it. It's coming. Hear that? Uh-oh. It's a rumble in the jungle. We got real life activity going on here. We got We got tractors working in game. We got tractors and equipment working out game. There, I think he might have left. I think he might have went around the corner. Okay, so, anyways, guys. So what I was saying was, we were working on all that getting that cattle set up so that we can harvest hay and start doing the whole cattle thing. Not really profitable for us that much, but it's fun to do. It's, and I wanted you guys to see how it's done. You've been asking for it, so I figured, I'd go ahead and kind of show you the process and everything. But the problem that we're going to face here is during this harvest, we're now using all of our stash here for, we're using all this for this demand right now. All the silage, we're going to use up for this demand, which is going to, pocket, it's going to fill our pockets a little bit. But the problem that we're going to face is we're not going to have any of this in excess left over. Plus, we need to fill up the other bin so that we have our normal amount that we're going to use to make money so that we can buy more equipment and greenhouse, or not greenhouses, but windmills. So we're going to have to fill up these two bins again. Plus, we need to fill up the silage bin for the cattle. So we're kind of going to be behind the 8 ball. We're going to be kind of running thin on cash. So we need to kind of just conserve here a little bit on everything. I think we pretty much have everything we needed for the cattle, but I don't want to spend any more money than I have to right now. We don't have any, we're not going to have any resources left over to be able to sell off except for basically the crops. So that's going to be a problem. We also, what I should do while I'm thinking of this right now is let's grab this bucket full here. Okay, so we got this bucket full. Let's jump into the other tractor or in the truck, because I know it needs to unload this guy so we can keep him working. Just take a quick second to run this over here and let this thing unload so he can get back to cutting here. There we go. And then while I do that, I'm going to take a little sip of coffee. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead, jump back into this guy. Let's go ahead and finish off this. This is going to put us probably about, it looks like about 350 to 360,000 probably from the looks of it, which will be good because we still got our bank loan and everything too. So we'll have enough cash, I think, just to kind of set back, chill a little bit, and then we'll be in good shape. You know what I just noticed is I got the wrong overlay on. I can't believe I got the wrong overlay on. Huh, interesting. Oh well, that's my tanks overlay, but I guess it is what it is. Maybe I'll, because I don't have it set up on the next screen there. I'm gonna have to figure that out next between breaks, I think. That's the crazy thing about OBS, or not OBS, but I use XSplit for my home recording stuff, is that you get all these different scenes and everything, and boy, setting up sometimes I forget about, because those overlays are so close to the same. The only difference is because I got like a little line between my overlay there for my tanks when I'm playing World of Tanks, so it shows all the tanks that are still in the match, and my other one just doesn't have that little gap there. So I mean, it's not really noticeable, it's just kind of bothersome that I don't ever catch it. There's so many different settings for each scene and different things that I do. It's sometimes you can mess up those little things like that, but oh well, I guess it happens. Yes, it happens, and it seems like the other scene's not set up, so I'll have to set up that other scene really quick when I transfer again here. Between this episode and next, I'll get that all sorted out for us. Let's see. I think we're going to be there. I think we're going to be about at 360, I think. We might even be a little bit more. I think we got at least a few to 3 to 4, probably maybe even 5 more scoops, maybe. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got at least like 4 or 5 more scoops. So yeah, we'll be over 360. It looks like we'll be probably north of 360, 370, somewhere around there. It's so hard to predict when you're doing this, you know. The other silo bin or the other silage bin was so full that there was so much when you take a scoop out of there, it would hardly move it. That's why I wasn't too worried about doing this on camera for you guys. I know we're spending a little bit of time doing this. We're going to be about, 10 minutes into us doing this, but, that's part of it. That's part of what we got to do. But it's not like 3 hours of me scooping silage, so that's fine. Let's scoop that up. Yeah, we're going to have about 5 more buckets out of there, so yeah, we're going to be good. We'll have some more cash in excess so that we can purchase some more stuff. And right now, we don't really need to purchase much. The only thing we're going to have to purchase is the cattle. I think the cattle were like $2,500 a piece. So everything from here on out, we need to see if our trees, those little baby trees down there, if they cycled or if they grew up, because we haven't really cycled any time. Might have cycled a day since we last looked. I don't remember. But we need to see if those trees have grown up, because if those trees have grown up, we got to deal with all that too. So we need to spend an episode probably doing some logging too and get all those taken care of, start cutting all those down, start getting some of the resources from that. So we do have a little bit of cash down there that we'll be able to use. Because I think we're getting like 3,000 or 4,000 a tree, I think, down there, something like that. Maybe even more. I don't remember. It's been a while since we did a logging episode. We'll have to do that. We should probably go and check our truck here in a second and see if our combine's completely filled up, because he's been running, because we left him after we had our sip of coffee, so he's probably doing his thing again, so we need to check on that. So yeah, it looks like we're going to be close to probably almost 400,000. We're going to be really close, it looks like. Whoa, easy now. Okay, so let's scoop this up, see what we got left here. Yeah, this is going to leave us at least a bucket and then some. So that's going to be about another 30,000. So yeah, this is going to put us over 400,000 plus the 2 that we got. So you can see all the money that we just made all this money back, which is awesome. Like, and it was just a small amount that we had to do to get most of that money back that we just spent. So we're in pretty good shape right now, guys. So that's why I said you always got to have that little excess of silage set aside just for this reason, because you never know when that demand's going to hit, and when it does, you got to take advantage of it every time. And like I say, the problem that you face is, what if we would have just filled this up and then the demand would have hit, and then we would have had to wait for it to ferment? That 18 hours would have been gone, and we wouldn't have had anything to offer. So we would have been screwed. So that's why I said I like to just leave just a little bit of silage in that first little slot here, and then fill up the second one for our money resources. And that way, if it ever comes time that you need it, that first little bin is always available, instead of spending too much time trying to fill it up. Because like I said, fermenting takes a long time. In 18 hours, it could be the demand be gone and you don't get no cash for it. So something to think about. So let's go ahead and grab this last little scoop. We're going to have probably about 415,000, maybe 410,000. I don't know how much we'll get out of this little bucket here. Oop, there we go. 10%, not much. So we're probably not going to get too much out of that. So maybe we'll get 1,000 or 2 out of this, maybe. Which is fine. I'll take every last amount of money that we got out of this, because that was a score right there. Boom. 2,000, 1,600. Okay. Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and abandon the ship for right now. We're done with this. Where is that guy at? Here's our truck. Let's unload this guy again. I figured he was done. So we're closing out on another day here on the farm, which is kind of nice. We're getting everything handled here. We'll get this bad boy here unloaded. Let him get back to doing his thing. Probably what we're going to end up doing is, I don't think I'll end up baling this whole field. What I need to figure out is, I think it's 8 hay bales. Let's look. Let's see if this tells us. Baling technology. This one here. So yes, this stacks 16 bales. So if we take a half a stack and we pile them down, yeah, That's fine. Normally what I do is I stack these 4 high in rows of 4. Or wait, I stack them 4 high in one row. There we go. With 2 rows wide of each hay, like a grass hay and regular hay. So you'll see what I'm talking about later. So there'll be 4 stacks and there'll be 4 rows high or 4 bales high. I'll show you later, because I'm trying to explain it and it's not coming out. The words are not coming out the way I want them to come out. Oh, there goes that noisy ass truck again outside. I heard it. I heard it drive by. I heard it rumbling in my mic again. All right, so let's go ahead and park this right here. This thing's about 63% full. Okay, what were we in the process? This guy's doing his thing. We needed to take this guy over and finish grabbing some of that stuff. We got about, looks like about 7-8 minutes left in our recording here, so we can get some of this equipment shuttled around and get this kind of where we need it to be. I'll kind of, basically what I'll do, maybe, do I got the, yeah, I got the weight on the front. Let's go ahead and I'm going to grab the big trailer, the big hay bale trailer, and just kind of show you how it works. Picking up those couple of bales, just so you kind of have an idea, so you can see what we've got going on here. It's really cool. Really, really cool. Like, there's not a lot of profit in the cattle side of things, but it's definitely fun to play around with. It definitely adds more to the game. So if I had to say you want to do it just so you can make sheer profit, don't do cattle. But we're doing it just because I wanted to show you guys how it worked, and I think you guys will enjoy it. So let's go ahead and lock this bad boy on. Okay, this thing is kind of cool. This thing does a lot of different things. So what it does is it actually picks up hay bales. It actually stacks them into here, nice and cool. Presses them in there and everything. And then it actually tips up vertically and then sets the whole stack down and then unsqueezes it and allows you to drive off. So you don't have no manual stuff. Like, you see that there's a trailer in here. Let's look at the baling technology here real quick. Where is it? Boom, 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 right here. So you got these trailers here. You know, you got this flatbed trailer that's with part of the IT runner kit. And then you got this trailer here. Well, basically, you got to go out there and pick hay bales up and stack them on the trailers. I don't think so. This is a much better way to go. So you'll see in a second what I mean, because this is like the coolest way. So basically what you have to do is just get close enough to the bales and it will automatically pick it up for you, which is kind of cool. You can just be close. It's like, it's kind of got like a little hit box that it hits. So if we actually unfold this, boom, this kind of lets out here on the ground, boom, and then everything's set to go. This is all you got to do. We're done. That's it. Just got to like deploy the picker upper. Okay. So then when you cruise down here, you just want to cruise up to the bales. This works fairly fast. The only time that it kind of gets overrun is when it's trying to like cycle the bales through, as you'll see in a second. So this just picks it up, bam, boop. And you can see it's cycling through. Boop. Now it's going to flip it up. Now see, I got to wait right here a little bit for that to cycle up and come back down, and then it will pick it up. So you can see there was a little bit of a lag there. So that's the only time it kind of gets overwhelmed, is when it's trying to pick up those. You see it's got to like stack it. Then that arm's going to come back down, and now it's ready to pick up another bale. So that's the only time it kind of gets overwhelmed. So you can go a little too fast for it, but for the most part, this thing works slick. And I've actually ran one of these in real life, and it works just as smoothly as this thing's doing right now. So great piece of equipment. So what I love about it is that it's so much easier doing it automated like this than trying to pick up the bales and put them on a trailer. And then basically what this is going to do is this is just going to tip up and stack them right there at the back. So it's perfect. This thing works awesome. So what we'll end up doing, we'll end up filling this up with 16 bales, and then we're going to go and we're going to stack it, and then we're going to down stack it and stack them in 4 high bales. Okay, so that's what I was talking about by doing that. Let's check those trees since we're right here. Are these trees done? Are they done? Let me out. Let me out. Oh no, they're still not done. What is with these trees? Dude, we got some mutant midget trees? Like, what is this? What is this? Grow, stupid. Grow. Come on. Grow, grow, grow. Like, we need to fertilize you? All right, so let's see. Where's this guy at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Is he down here? He's got to be filled up, doesn't he? He's got to be filled up. He's got to be filled up. Let's go get him. He's got to be filled up. Hello? Fred, where are you at? Did you take my tractor and go sell it on the black market? Where are you? I don't see you. Hello? Fred? Oh, there you are. Is he turning around? Or is he just sitting there? He might just be sitting there. Let's swoop in here and unload him and get this thing going, and then we're going to have to end this episode here because we are getting to that point. Ooh. There we go, just like such. Okay, I got to get ready to go. I got to get out of this guy's way because he's going to want to flip a Yui here. He may be stuck here. I don't know. He kind of ended in a weird spot. Come on. You know you're almost filled up. You know it. Come on. There he goes. Let's get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Ugh. Truck is so heavy right now. Is he going to turn? Okay. I didn't know if he'd turn or not because he kind of ended in this weird spot at the end of the field there. So I'm going to go ahead and park this bad boy right here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hop out. And I'm going to end this episode right here in this beautiful sunset. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. That way you know when we're posting the YouTube content and when we're live streaming. If you haven't checked us out on Twitch or YouTube Gaming, come hang out, be part of the audience. And if you're new to them channels, smash those follow buttons over there as well. So thanks for all the support on the channel and the series, guys. I appreciate everything that you guys do for this channel. And until next time, we'll see your faces later.